Dear Headmaster, Reverend, teachers, BBS boys, old and young, thanks for having me here today. From the bottom of my heart, it is truly an honor to be standing in front of you. BBS has meant a lot to me. I spent 5 of the best years of my life on these premises. I had the privilege and the pleasure of getting to know some of the most extraordinary people that I've ever met here. Some of them are here today. Ronnie, Kenny Yip, whom I saw at the tuck shop, and obviously Henry Wong, who was the absolute star on our track team back in the 80s, and Louis Leong, senior prefect, also captain of the team. Unlike Henry and Louis, I was actually never a star in anything here. And I guess that makes me more capable of relating to 95% of those of you sitting in the audience today. Yes, I was involved in debates, I was involved in athletics, but most significantly, I defined mediocrity. I defined what, in Chinese, we will say, 濫竽充數. I guess I make it up with my weight over time. I was in Wan Chai Stadium yesterday watching my daughter competing in the West Hong Kong track meet. Lots of fond memories came back. Memories from 25 years ago. The point, of course, is not that I'm old. The point is, rather, we are all products of our experiences. In 1983, I was fortunate enough to win a United World Scholarship to go study in Wales in the UK. It was the first time I took to the air. Life was a lot more simple then. People don't get to fly until they're 17 years old. Boy, it was a long time ago. Since then, I've had the privilege of studying, traveling, working in the US, in the UK, and a host of other countries in Asia, North America, Europe, and even Africa. Today, I would like to share with you some of my thoughts on global citizenship based on my personal, decidedly limited, and yet very personal, again, experiences. I would like, with the permission of the headmaster, to open this up to the extent you have any questions later, not hopefully restricting yourselves to global citizenship, but given the fact that myself and also Henry spent a lot of time in our career in the financial sector, and given what's happening in the world, and since education shouldn't be limited to what happens on these premises, you should also be concerned about what's happening in the world. And what is happening in the world today, the financial sector clearly ranks one of the most significant, and if to the extent you have any questions, Henry and I would be happy to answer some of them. Coming back to global citizenship, again, based on my own personal experiences and personal view. I've always thought it's a romanticized misconception that we are all global citizens, we are all the same. We are not. How can we be? Some of us run faster, some of us are smarter, some of us are more interested in humanities, music, art. Some of us are more interested in math, finance, accounting, sciences. We are different. But before we go out and hug the world and embrace all the differences, we should first, to my mind, develop a strong sense of identity. We should know who we are. And that is not a question that someone like me can tell you. You should seek the answer from the bottom of your heart. But you must develop a sense of identity. And that can be coming from culture, nation, religion, school ties. We can be DB 仔, right? DB 仔 for life. You can be 香港人, you can be a Christian, you can be Chinese, you can be a financial accountant. whatever it is, you must have a strong sense of identity. I don't think we should just go out and be the same. The world will be very, very boring if we are all the same. It is, to my mind, only with a strong sense of identity that we can strongly anchor ourselves in this confusing world to deal with all the differences. Having said that, I think we should always be open-minded. In my experience, a lot of us stop being open-minded, and sadly so, at some stage in our life. I know people who stop being open-minded when they leave DBS, and that is truly sad. They peak at the age of 17 and they spend the rest of their life talking about DBS. That is not wrong to think highly and deeply and fondly of our old school, but we have to be open-minded as and when we meet new people, seek new challenges, have new experiences. We must be open-minded enough to learn from them. We have to be constantly learning. It has been a great ride for me, and I'm sure for Henry as well as Louis as well. And I would encourage all of you to talk to Louis in particular about the 6 years he spent in Jamaica. We must learn there is no monopoly of truth. Many of you are Christians, but it doesn't mean people of other faiths, we should reject them outright. Some of us like very spicy food, but doesn't mean we should not share a meal with people who like the food plain. Be open-minded. Be always interested in new things. Always learn. Always be in a learning mode. Live your life. Live a useful and full life. And I hope one of these days, maybe 25 years later, like myself, you'll get to come back here and see all the young faces in the audience and have the honor of speaking to them again. With that, I'd like, to the extent there are questions, open this up. If anyone has any question on either the thoughts I just had or questions on the financial market, the state of the world economy, and so on. Okay, well, I'll be around. If you would like to talk privately, I'm around. You can always grab me. I should be around here after the assembly. Thank you.